Around the Ozarks is now on your FM radio. Listen to Around the Ozarks mornings with Grace Gooley as I spotlight local people, stories, and podcasts, all while playing the country legends of the 90s and the hit makers of the 2000s. It's on the Ozarks' best country, 105.1 The Bull. It's time for Around the Ozarks News, sponsored by the Springfield Greene County Park Board, Thompson Sales, Advanced Car Care, Smouse Brothers, and United Plumbing. Here are your hosts, Ethan and Sarah Foreheads.
Hey there, good morning to you on Thursday. Glad you're with us. Glad I'm back. It's good to be back in the Ozarks. And we got to tell you about some news this morning. So here we go.
Welcome back. I'm glad to have you back.
Thank you.
Yeah, Diana was great, but there's nothing like you. If you start getting messages, by the way, about split, we were talking about split kitchen, but I said something like she was telling me the story about how split kitchen started. It was like she said a divorced couple, like a couple who had split, but they were still in business together. I said, I just don't think a split around the Ozarks would ever work. Like, we just have to, what makes this show so great is Ethan and his hilarity. So anyway, have you gotten any messages about that?
I have not.
I got some. They were like, are you and Ethan okay? I'm like, no, we're not split. He's just been out of town.
Oh, I get it. All right.
Anyway,
no,
it was just
I'm
funny.
back.
Okay.
I'm
well,
back.
Welcome home.
Yeah, work trip. I'm back.
Yes. Here's a look at the news. Former Plaza Towers owner Marco Dennis has received a 20-month federal prison sentence after pleading guilty to illegal firearm possession and filing a false tax return. Because those sentences are running concurrently and he's already served more than 20 months in custody, his attorney says that he has completed his time. Dennis must pay nearly $27,000 in restitution and will remain under supervised release after his release from jail. He's still facing separate pending criminal charges also in Greene County. City Utilities is preparing to begin a pretty major environmental cleanup project along North Main Avenue. This is in downtown Springfield. I actually remember this. This site once housed a manufactured gas plant, and crews are now removing thousands of tons of contaminated soil and some residual materials. Officials say that work will help improve water quality in Jordan Creek and support future redevelopment in that area. A public information meeting is scheduled for June 29th.
Interesting. Okay.
I remember the soil samples from many years ago when they had found out that there were like some tanks, gas tanks or whatever underground in that area. So I think that's all connected, I guess. It's all coming back to me now.
Okay. There you go. Demolition now underway at the old Bingham Elementary School in Springfield. The project is clearing the way for a new school that will be built with funding from the voter-approved Prop S bond issue. Construction is expected to begin this summer, so very soon, and students will attend classes at the former Jarrett Middle School during the 26-27 school year. The school board approved construction contract this week, so moving forward with that. And after 13 years with the Republic School District, Superintendent Matt Pierce is preparing for his next chapter. Dr. Pierce retires June 30th and will soon join a national education consulting firm that helps school districts develop leadership and strategic plans. He will work remotely from the state of Missouri while he travels as needed. Assistant Superintendent Tyler Overstreet will take over as Republic's new superintendent on July 1st.
Okay. A federal judge has permanently blocked most of President Trump's earlier executive orders regarding elections. So this new ruling stops proposed requirements such as proof of citizenship for voter registration and restrictions on certain mail ballots. The court found that election rules are primarily the responsibility of states and of Congress. The decision is the latest in a series of legal challenges surrounding federal election policies. Interesting. Okay. The NCAA, meanwhile, in other news, has approved a major change to college athletics eligibility rules that'll take effect in August of next year. Under this new system, student athletes will have a 5-year window to compete in up to 5 seasons, replacing the current redshirt and waiver structure. NCAA leaders say the change will simply simplify eligibility rules and provide greater clarity for both athletes and coaches.
Well, I think that's true. It does that. But collegiate sports have a lot more issues they got to deal with. They got to deal with the NIL money, the transfer situation, because right now that's out of control.
Yeah.
I mean, no red shirt, 5 years to play. That does simplify it. That makes sense.
Right.
But that seems like that's the easy part, because the transfer situation with kids just leaving every year for more money somewhere else is crazy and ruining.
I'm sure there's
some.
It is, because there's not a loyalty then anywhere, so it's hard to get behind a team because you get to know a player and then they move on. But I don't know. There's a lot of issues. This is one, and we'll see if there are more things to come down.
Yep. Hopefully they're working on it. Meanwhile, the St. Louis Cardinals made a big announcement yesterday. I was concerned about what this was going to be, and that it ended up being not all that much. A leadership transition happening with Bill DeWitt III becoming the team's new chief executive officer. Bill DeWitt Jr., his dad, will remain chairman and principal owner of the franchise. I think he's in his 80s, though, so there was kind of figured that this was going to happen. The move comes after more than 3 decades of family leadership that included 2 World Series championships and development of Ballpark Village, which is a very neat place connected to Busch Stadium. The team says the change positions the organization for its next era. So there was talk that maybe they were selling to somebody else. But the thing that made more sense is that the DeWitt Jr., who's the senior at this point, was going to step back and hand over the reins to his son, which has happened.
Yep. Okay. Missouri is being featured at the Smithsonian's National Museum of Natural History through a unique species found in the Mississippi River watershed. An American paddlefish from Missouri is now part of the new exhibit showcasing natural and cultural treasures from across the U.S. From across the U.S. The ancient fish is known for its distinctive paddle-shaped snout and has changed very little over hundreds of millions of years. Hundreds of millions. New Earth, Old Earth, whatever. I ain't going to debate that on this broadcast right here. But needless to say, the fish looks the same for however long it's been around. And it is cool because it's from Missouri and now in the Smithsonian. So something to brag about. And then this is also something to brag about for at least one lady and all her family members. A woman from Kabul is $2 million richer after scratching off a winning Missouri lottery ticket. The top prize ticket was purchased at the Garden Inn truck stop along Highway 60. Oh. So cool. The winner says that she couldn't believe it. And she is now planning to use that money to help her children and her future grandchildren.
Wow.
Which maybe that means she's young, because she did say like her future grandchildren. So like maybe she's young enough to not have grandkids yet.
$2 million on a scratcher? Is that? I didn't even know that was possible.
Yeah. Well, apparently it is.
Apparently it is. That's a whale of a scratch. I mean, seriously.
I know, it's neat. I can't remember I don't play the lottery, but remind me, in Missouri, do they have to give their name or they do not?
I think they do.
You keep talking and I'm going to Google it.
No, I don't have anything to talk about and nobody cares that much.
Oh, look at that. It's like the computer like read my mind. No, Missouri does not require lottery winners to be identified.
Okay, there you go.
So, yeah.
You can identify her by her new Ferrari that she's driving.
In Kabul.
Somebody.
I mean, she's going to be easy to pick out there because it's not that big of a town. They're going to be like, she's the one.
That's right.
She's the one.
I think maybe she won. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else, Mr. Forts?
Nope. I'm tired. I've been on a work trip, and I went to Target. Is a wonderful partner of Convoy of Hope, donating a lot of product that we give out to families in need. So I got to go up there and meet with some of their management and see their headquarters, and they had a little bit of a conference that they put on for us and for some other nonprofits and a lot of local organizations there in Minneapolis.
Yeah.
And
I mean, I know that you met cool people, but let's talk about that dog that you had a picture with on social media.
Oh, well, I wish I would have known you were going to talk about it. I would have pulled it up here. But Bullseye the dog actually showed up. The mascot for Target, the white dog with red bullseyes around his, I think it's his left eye.
Yeah.
And it was,
I mean, huge.
super cool.
I'm seeing if I can find it quickly. I don't know if I'll be able to or not, but man, this thing. Okay, first of all, is this dog real? Is this thing real?
Well, yeah, that's the thing I'm talking about. That's Bullseye. That's the actual dog.
But hold on.
Is the
So
actual
this is
mascot.
not a stuffed dog, is what you're telling me right now.
What?
This dog is not stuffed?
No, that's an actual dog.
Oh my gosh.
I'm standing.
I thought he was real. He looked so real, but they have a real dog at their headquarters?
No, the dog lives, listen to this. The dog lives in LA and travels first class occasionally to the headquarters. So it's very rare that people get to see the dog, Bullseye, and get their picture taken with him. And most of the time you don't get to touch him. But as you can see in this photo, I am
look at
petting
this dog. I mean, this
Bullseye.
is impressive. Okay, and then let me show you the fake one. So this one obviously is made out of Legos because look at the size of this thing. This is a Lego dog.
Yeah.
It's taller than 6'2" because that's how tall Ethan is. But the other dog, Ethan sent that picture to the children and I was like, that thing looks real. And then we decided there's no way it's real. It's got to be stuffed. But I'm finding out in this very moment that is a real dog. That
was a real dog. Bullseye. He's a real dog. He was at headquarters for Target, I think, for this event that I was at. And they brought him in. They had you line up, you hand them your phone, you get a picture with Bullseye. And again, nobody ever gets to touch. Like the employees, higher ups who were there were saying, we've never been allowed to touch Bullseye before. But there I am, petting the dog.
Yeah.
So it was super cool.
Okay, one more really funny story. Sorry, because now we're on the topic, but I saw a friend of mine yesterday and she had her dog in her car, but her car was running because she has like a remote starter or whatever it is. And her car was running the whole time and she had him locked in the car. And somebody like questioned her, kind of like, what's your problem, I guess. And she was like, please don't tell my dog that he's a dog because he thinks he's a human. I don't know why, but it just like cracked me up because they were very concerned about the dog, even though the air conditioner was running, the car was on, the car was locked. And, I don't know. For some reason,
funny. Yeah, people get all freaked out about that stuff.
I think I would if the car were on, but the car was clearly on, I don't know.
I mean, it's fine.
Yeah. Anyway.
Oh, man. All
Speaking
right.
of dogs in the Ozarks and dogs in Minneapolis, I guess.
Yep.
But, all right. Well,
Good
welcome home. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, we'll see you guys back here tomorrow morning. Have a great day.
Bye.
It's time for Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather, brought to you by Command Family Medicine, Heating and Air Paramedics, The Trailer Ranch, Whole Hog Cafe, Taylor Grubaugh Chevrolet, and Godfather's Pizza. Here's your host, meteorologist Abby Dyer.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to your Thursday. It is June 25th, and we are waking up with temperatures in the middle 60s this morning, rather comfortable in terms of temperature. And it's another day where highs will warm into the lower 80s. It's also another day where we've got rain and thunderstorm chances. And in fact, today there is a risk of severe weather with some of the storms that get going. I think most of that activity is going to be later today. So if you have something to do today that you got to get done, take advantage of these morning hours that are likely going to bring the dry of time in the forecast before rain and potentially heavy rain moves in by the time we get to this afternoon and evening. It's more active weather that we have set up across the Ozarks. A frontal boundary draped across the region is going to provide this opportunity for rain, storms, and even severe weather. I think the best chance for severe storms today in the Ozarks are going to be in our southwestern counties, but everybody has an opportunity to see at least some activity that's marginally severe. The main threats here are going to be for hail, high wind, but there's even a low-end tornado risk with some of this, as well as a flash flooding risk that will be very localized in nature. Potential for a round of strong thunderstorms to move through happens this afternoon, and it lasts into tomorrow. Main hazards, as I said, damaging wind to 60 miles an hour, as well as locally heavy rainfall. I do expect that we're going to see most of the area outlooked in this severe risk. So be on high alert today. Make sure you have a way to get your watches and warnings. Wind, hail, and flooding are the main risks, and a flood watch will go into effect today at 1 o'clock, and it lasts through 7 a.m. tomorrow. Now, with the heavy rain that's coming and the flood watch that's basically issued along and north of I-44 all the way up into central Missouri along I-70, what I'm expecting is anywhere from 2 to 4 inches of rainfall during this time frame. Flash flooding is going to be possible, especially in low-lying spots. If you've already had some issues this year, well, just prepare for the heavy rain. If it moves over your area to have the same effect, we could see rapid rises along area waterways. So it is not a good day to choose to spend on our area waterways. And make sure if you see water over the road, please turn around. Don't drown. Seek higher ground if you are starting to notice flooding in your region. Another chance for strong storms is in the forecast on Friday, too. So we just can't escape it. June, very active across the Midwest, bringing us not only abundance of rainfall, but also severe weather. There's the potential for another round of strong storms to move through the area tomorrow, where the risks are for very localized damaging wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour. I think the timing for the threats moving through on Friday happen in the early morning, mid-morning hours. So be on alert for that. It may be a little bit slow going this time tomorrow. As we look out into the weekend forecast and beyond, I see a pattern change heading our direction in the form of heat and humidity. It is going to warm right on up across the Ozarks by Sunday. We could have heat index values easily in the triple digits to end the weekend, and that should stick around for early next week too. Around the country, what's making headlines? Well, it's severe weather and flash flooding happening here. We are making national headlines for the central and southern portions of the U.S. Those conditions continue to make some waves and catch some eyeballs. Intense heat is also building across the southern U.S. That's happening through tomorrow, and we have critical or near critical fire risks happening for the Great Basin and the Four Corners region. That will be in place through the end of the week. So a lot to talk about across the country, and it doesn't look to slow down anytime soon, even as we head into the weekend. The heat risks start to pick up for the tail end of our 7-day forecast. All right, it's time for that Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather Brain Twister trivia question for the day. What is the rare, spooky optical illusion that occurs when fog blocks the sun behind you, casting your own giant distorted shadow onto the mist? Do you think it is A, Fata Morgana, B, Brocken Spectre, C, St. Elmo's Fire, or D, Crepuscular Ray? I always have trouble with that one. Which one? You can let me know your guess. That's at the website. It's Around the Ozarks. Oh, I'm sorry. This is the question that I gave you yesterday. I'm skipping ahead here. I'm supposed to give you the answer. You guys know that. I'm the one that's out of it. So it's B, Brocken Spectre. That is that spooky optical illusion that occurs when the fog blocks the sun behind you and casts your own giant shadow onto the mist in front of you. Very spooky. All right, here's the next question for you for tomorrow. What is the name for the warm, dry wind that blows down the eastern slopes of the Rocky Mountains, sometimes melting feet of snow in just a few hours and earning the nickname Snow Eater? Which one of these is a snow eater? Do you think it is A, a Chinook, B, a blizzard, C, a mistral, or D, a Scirocco? Which one of those is a snow eater? Let me know if you have a guess. You can do that at the website. It is aroundtheozarks.com. Thanks so much for listening on this beautiful Thursday in the Ozarks. Grab the rain gear. You're going to want it. Later this afternoon and evening, 2 to 4 inches of rain planned across the Ozarks in pockets. A flood watch goes into effect at 1 p.m., including Springfield and areas north of I-44. Thanks to our sponsors, Command Family Medicine, Heating and Air Paramedics, The Trailer Ranch, Whole Hog Cafe, Taylor Grubaugh Chevrolet, and Godfather's Pizza. Have a great one. I'll be back to chat with you first thing tomorrow.